Welcome back to Friends with Benefits, everyone. My name is Diego.
My name is Matt.
My name is Abby.
Isaac.
Before we hop into this episode, please take a second to like and subscribe. Leave a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening on. Abby, thank you so much for joining us today. This is going to be fun. So it's been a really long time since we've seen each other since junior high. Well, obviously you two work together, which we'll get into in a little bit. But I don't know when was the last time you saw Matt or myself.
I don't know. I feel like sometime in maybe high school at some point.
I know.
But that was still a long time ago.
It was forever ago.
What is that?
That was 7 years ago.
7 years ago?
Don't even...
Or 20?
Wait,
I don't want to hear it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it is.
27.
We graduated
It's like 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
We're old.
That's an
Thank
L,
you.
dude.
No, literally. I have been freaking out lately.
We're 4 years from our 10-year
No, dude.
10-year. What is it? Is it a reunion to do? 10 years?
It's
Or
a good
is it
thing
20 years?
I'm
I don't
not-
remember.
It's 10, and I'm not going. So.
I'm not going either.
Yeah. Like my coworkers brought it up the other day. They were like, "You're 21, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, 2 years ago, three years ago."
That's crazy.
It's so wild to think about how like time just flies. It's bizarre. But we want to learn a little bit about what you've been up to these last couple of years since high school.
A lot, I guess, but not really. I moved to Arizona for a little bit right before COVID. Didn't know COVID was going to be a thing. Got brought right back to Utah, which I feel like everybody does.
Gosh.
Hopping around. I now work at Graywhale. I also work at Pinterest, living the dream. Got a dog, you know, all the like classic checklist items I feel like I've done.
Awesome.
So it's been good.
That's crazy. Okay, so you moved to Arizona. What prompted that move?
I needed to get out of Utah as fast as possible. It was like a 2-week decision. And I randomly was like, yeah, I think I should maybe move to Arizona soon. And then 2 weeks later, my bags were packed and I was in the car headed that way. So it was my little pre-COVID adventure.
That's great. Did you like regret going or
No, I regret leaving. I like that I came back, but I wish I could have stayed longer because it was like up to me. They were like, okay, state borders are closing. You can either stay here and like hope for the best or go home and play it safe. And I played it safe.
Yeah.
Might have not been the move, but it worked out. It worked out.
And I imagine you have like family here, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so
and then the family I was staying with in Arizona ended up moving here anyway. So everyone got brought
Utah
back.
gang.
Yeah.
So you work at Graywhale. When did you start?
When did I start? January?
Was it January?
I think it's January.
Something like that. I don't know. I remember she dropped off her resume, or you dropped her resume at one point.
Well, and I would see you in there because I was in there enough already, and I was like, I swear I know this kid.
We just didn't, we didn't know each other in high school though.
No.
Like, at all.
Yeah.
Like we always we talk about this all the time. We just like we knew of each other because like
I mean, when I saw your face, I knew your first and last name, so I had to know you at least to a good extent.
There was a point that we probably crossed past, but we never talked like at all.
We were friends with each other's friends.
Something like that.
A lot of mutual.
Yes.
Mutual
Yeah.
friends.
That's exactly what happened.
And then I saw her resume and I was like, we'll throw that in the garbage. No, okay. We were like, because they were looking they were looking to grab someone. Just I don't know.
They were looking for someone to basically never work, and I told them that I like never wanted to work, so it worked out perfectly.
Wow, that's ideal.
Wow, exactly. And then I was like, yo, I know this person. I know Abbee Houghton. And I was like, let's hire her. Like, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, that's my pick. Because I think at some point.
That feels like American Idol.
He said that's a yes from me.
Give you the
That's
red
a
buzzer, the
vote. That's
golden
my
buzzer.
vote right there. Well, because I was like, I don't want to work with like a random. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, we don't know each other, but we like
It's
know
true.
of each other.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh, we
I
went to the
would've
same
done the
school,
same
same
thing,
age.
for sure.
Like, you know, we'll be fine, right? Like, I'm not trying to like, hey, guy, nah, I am, but
That makes me feel so good. Wow.
Making you feel a little bit better. He called me too. He's like, dude, I think we're interviewing Abbee Houghton. I think she's going to get the job. I was like, dude, that's so exciting.
Let's
I love
go.
Abbee. She's so nice.
I love that you guys just like talk about me sometimes.
well, I was just like, you guys. I told them because they know you.
Yeah.
more than
I was like, that's
I
so
did.
sick,
And I was
yeah.
like, yeah,
That's
because you
so
guys went to
sick.
like junior high or whatever together, right?
Yeah, facts. We go way back.
Yeah. Way
Especially me and Matt.
Yeah,
Goodness.
oh man.
And then like I don't know, we just like I feel like it was just like we just kicked it off pretty easily. I was like, right? We're
Me and Isaac are the homies. We're the work
Bro.
homies for sure.
Wednesday nights come through,
I
bro.
love
We
it,
out
yeah.
here.
That's why when I
Wilding
show up
out,
and you're
bro.
not there, I'm like, well, sick.
It happens only sometimes. I feel like.
I
Yeah.
guess, but still, I'm like, I don't. Now I'm working with randos.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
about
they're
that.
cool. I like them, but
Yeah.
So you said you worked for Pinterest. How's
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah,
what do you
that's a
even
good
do
question.
for Pinterest? That's really cool.
so I'm in the marketing department.
That's really cool.
It's a lot of computer stuff all day. But honestly, it was one of those things where I didn't go to college. I thought I was going to be like a bartender and server forever.
Nice.
And
Fun job.
I somehow got in there. And so now like when I go on like Indeed or like LinkedIn and stuff, the jobs that come up are like things that are all in marketing, like really cool. And like I can apply for them now,
Yeah.
which is so sick. But it's really fun. Honestly, I just get to help people grow their businesses and it gives me inspo every day to
That's
like
awesome.
make my own someday. So it's really fun.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yo, Abby's out here for real.
She is.
Oh,
out
she
here.
forgot to tell everyone that she's an amazing musician.
I was gonna bring that up
What
right
happened?
now.
Oh, brother.
Oh my! So at Abbee.Music, I'm kidding.
it's gonna be right here. Just
Yeah.
What is it? What's the?
I think it is. It's Abbee is my musician name, but I think my Instagram is Abbee.Music.
Abbee.Music.
Super creative.
It's really
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah. No,
But
you
yeah.
really are really like talented.
I
I remember
agree.
seeing you like play guitar and singing. I was like, that's so
I
freaking
Aw.
cool.
It sounded good.
That's so
Yeah.
nice. You know.
Do you do like live shows or like how does that work?
So that's the one thing I'm working on is I got a little ahead of myself. You know, I was like, let's put out music. Everyone was super excited about it because they were begging me for years and I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then once I finally got to that point, everyone was like, hey, when's the concert? When are you like going to
a gig or
perform?
something.
And
Yeah.
I have not gotten to that point of confidence.
Oh, start at like small bars.
Well, that's what, so I've done two.
There's like 20 people in there, and they're a little like not.
I don't know what it is, but smaller audiences are scarier.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, because it feels more intimate and like I can like just see everyone's faces, and for the most part I know all of them. So like if I suck, I have to like live with them knowing that every day. If I go play in front of like a bunch of strangers in like some random
Yeah.
like
I'm not gonna see you
venue, like
again.
whatever,
Yeah.
you could leave thinking that was the worst night of your life and I
right,
wouldn't care.
Right.
So it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. I've done 2 backyard concerts. They were ridiculously scary. So we're working up to, we're going to try again this summer and see what happens.
I love that. No, when you do it, let us know. We'll come.
I will.
We'll come support. That's
will.
really cool. Okay, so music. What kind of music do you make?
Honestly, that's a question I get a lot. And either I'm really bad with genres or I just don't know how to explain my music.
I know what it is.
Yeah, please step in.
It's like if you took EDM and like I'm just
Love
kidding.
it. Oh, honestly, I was in. I was
Face
in.
you up.
I love it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, this kid's obviously never listened to my
EDM,
stuff.
and like rap,
and rap,
like, you know what I
EDM
mean?
and
Okay.
rap. Love it.
I'm thinking
Dubstep.
I think it's more of like a singer songwriter folky sort of
Yes,
stuff.
it is.
Okay,
That's
I'll take
normally
folk.
what I explain it as.
Yeah.
Like indie singer,
Indie singer
songwriter.
songwriter folk.
A little bit like Olivia Rodrigo vibes sometimes. Still not sure if that's going to be like what I settle on. Still new
Gotta
into
start
it.
somewhere.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm open to growing whenever people like ask me for like collaborations or things like that. I'm always open to like any genre just to try it out.
Yeah.
You know, one of these days I'm just going to be doing Screamo. Who knows?
Let's get it.
Exactly.
That would be cool.
Yes.
That would be really cool. Who have you done any like collaborations with?
Have you heard of Lil
So-
Nas X?
Have you ever heard of like
Yeah.
Justin Bieber,
Let me get on my list.
You ever heard of them?
Kendrick Lamar?
So far, not much has like I've talked to a lot of people. There's a lot of things in the works. I was able to do, this is my first podcast. I did do one other podcast with like, I don't even know what to describe him as, but he just talks to musicians and stuff and basically
Okay.
like goes through like local artists and like what they're up to.
That's really cool.
But there's an artist from LA right now that I've met with on FaceTime like a couple times, and I just sent over a track recently to kind of get things started. So, you know, hopefully I can answer that question a little
Good
better in the
luck.
next couple months. But it's looking fun, you know.
That's
Good
exciting.
things.
Yeah, it's like fun when you have like a bunch of like opportunities like potentially available to you and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. It's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, it's the best. I agree. So when it comes to music, we're gonna like stick with the music topic for a little bit. What's your
Great.
favorite genre?
Oh, brother,
Indie.
getting into the heart.
Indie.
I was having this conversation actually tonight at work. So we each have like employee pick shelves. And someone came up and was like, whose shelf is this? Because it is all over the place. And it was mine. So here was the lineup. It was Boy Genius, Great.
Oh, yes.
Tim McGraw. Then we had Third Eye Blind, and then I think Lord Huron or something like that. And then last was State Champs, which is like a pop punk band. So it's kind of all
So
over
you
the
switch
place.
it all
I
up.
love the
didn't you?
I
variety.
do.
You
So
switched
like,
it.
I guess if I had to pick like an all-time favorite, I guess kind of that mountain man indie music, because
Got you.
just something that you'd put on while you drive in the mountains a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I honestly kind of like everything.
This might be like a long shot. Have you ever heard Avi Kaplan?
No.
Because when you said Mountain Man Indie, that's like, anyways.
Oh, send it my way then if it's in that realm.
All right. Cool.
I love that.
When did you? Have you always? I'm trying to remember, and I think you were. Were you in choir at any point in junior high?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Oh yeah.
Choir kid.
I was choir kid, theater kid. There was one semester
we saw
where
each other like every day.
it was Mr. Campbell.
Yes, he's the boy.
Yeah, there was a semester there where I was in 3 out of 4, like 3 of my
Choirs.
4 classes were with him.
Oh my gosh.
Literally.
Oh, because theater.
Theater, choir, and then he did one thing
like
for
an
a
advan-
second.
yeah.
It was like a musical theater or something. It was like a spin-off kind of class
Yeah.
for like his honor like theater
Yes.
students. And I was in that too.
Yes.
Oh,
Did you
bro.
know, like, even during then, that you'd end up eventually creating your own music?
Honestly, I think I knew by the time I was like 6 years old.
Oh,
That is awesome.
That's when I wrote my first song. I was 6.
Oh my goodness.
You remember the lyric?
It was
the title?
something. This is gonna sound so dark.
No.
Like, so I moved around a ton as a kid. My dad was in the military. It was something about like wishing I had like a best friend or friends.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
That's sad.
I still have it. It's somewhere in like my memory box somewhere, and I think it's called.
Hey, everybody's been there.
I think it's called like Looking for Friends.
I love it.
But yeah, so I knew for a really long time.
You should remake that song.
I know I really should, honestly.
Release it.
Kind of do a spin off,
Yes,
make it
you
like
should.
even darker and make it a little sadder.
Yeah, I love it. Everybody
Still
loves
looking for friends.
Oh my.
it. That's funny.
That's awesome. What's been your favorite track that you've written?
It's gonna be All Right, which is the last song on my EP. I tell everybody it's my baby. It was like the first serious song I ever wrote. Because I went through like a period of time where like, I mean, even back then, not even a period of time, I was really bad at writing songs. That first one was probably terrible too. And then somewhere like when I was like 18, maybe 19, it like hit me one day like crazy. And all of a sudden I was like, wow, I'm writing really good music. And that was like the first song that I wrote. And then I got to like work with my brother on it, and we were on the same wavelength always. Like I love making music with him because he was just like, okay, knowing your vibe, I think this is like a good move. And I'm like, you literally just read my mind. Like that's exactly how I want it to be.
Confirmed it. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
So like the finished version is like exactly what I envisioned in my head, like playing out in real life. So it was
That's always good.
beautiful. It's the
That is
best
so
feeling.
cool.
That is a good feeling.
Does that song like hold any like meaning to you, like the lyrics or?
Yeah, it's pretty deep. We won't go too much into it, but it's basically kind of about when I was like 18, 19, going through the classic hardship after high school, first
yeah.
loves, kind of going
Yeah.
through being an adult, how life kind of feels at that point in time. And so I feel like it describes it really well. And I've had a lot of really good feedback on the song as well, where like other people are like, hey, this one song has been getting me through this time in my life right now. Like I can really relate to it, and that is like the best.
Oh, you got some fans out there, huh?
I know.
Look at
Weirdly
you.
enough, I kind of like
Look at you.
a very small amount, but I do.
You got,
I don't know how they found me, but they're ride or die.
you got groupies out there for you.
I
love
have
that.
had the weirdest
Fan
people.
interaction.
Yes,
Yeah.
like because I started promoting it on TikTok, which never leads to good things. I don't have one anymore.
Right.
Thank God. Not
But
kidding.
that's kind of where majority of them came from. They're all like, fanboys, and
Cute.
they definitely make weird requests, and they get a little too obsessive. Like I've had guys like try and find me on Snapchat, like, which is crazy
Yeah.
because my artist name is not even the same as like my real name. It's
Yeah.
spelled different. So it gets kind of creepy sometimes, but yeah.
Well, we're gonna put her Snapchat link down below. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever you guys need, just listen here if you find this.
We're gonna link her link tree for everything for all those guys out there. Just kidding.
Crazy. Yeah, no, it's like so weird like interacting with people over the internet because they feel like they know you, but they don't like actually know you.
Yeah.
They've only seen like a snippet of who you are on the internet, and they're basing like your entire life off of that snippet.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
Yeah. There's been some weird fan experiences too.
Oh no. Another thing that was weird is like they'd hop in my lives sometimes, or like maybe once or twice I responded to their message. So they're like, oh yeah, like we've talked before, we're friends, and I'm over here like, I honestly don't even like
just milking everything.
I'm
bro.
like, I probably still don't even recognize the username, or like if they say something, I feel like I'm talking to someone new and they're over here like, yeah, we're homies.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm like bad when it comes to like social media stuff like that, because like I'll add like anybody back for the most part. So it could be like a random stranger, like it's a bot, and I'm like adding it back. I'm like, I don't care.
All the sugar mommy ones.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm like praying one of them is real.
Yeah, bro. Every time, like, yo, I need you to be real, bro. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
What kind of plans do you have like future wise towards the music? Do you want to like release a bunch of like albums, like EPs, like solo, like single tracks?
Yeah, that's a good question, honestly. I feel like I took a break for a while. I think the last thing I've released was about 2 years ago. Took a break, focused on adulting. My ADHD brain decided to work like 3 jobs. So it's hard to find free time. But luckily my brother, who I was talking about earlier, who we work so well together, he moved to Texas, which also kind of started my music break. But someone we work with, actually, Colton. I've been talking to him recently and was just talking to him the other day, and I'm gonna go over to his studio in the next like week or 2 and start just like brainstorming and see where we're at. But definitely a full-length album, because I only have an EP and a single, so I want full length. I have enough songs to make one. My goodness, I have a whole list of finished songs. I just need to like actually produce them. And then I want to do a lot of collaborations. I really do.
That's so
I
cool.
love working with other artists and like being around other musicians, because it really like it's a win-win. I'm like, not only do we get to work together, but like this is giving me inspiration for like my solo stuff, and then probably vice versa. So that's definitely in the works.
It's like, it's very, what is it, synergy? Is that the word? Yeah. You're both like feeding into like each other's energy. You're both building each other up. And so it's like very, I don't know, like it does inspire you, because that's kind of like the way I view it too, is like when I'm like working with like somebody else, or like if we like do someone else's podcast, or like go hang out with other people that are doing like similar stuff, or like they're doing their own social media business stuff, I get like inspired by that.
100%.
Like, you guys are working hard, I can work hard.
That's
And
like the best way to do it. I always tell people, I'm like, hang around like-minded people, because like, or hang around people where like you aspire to maybe start working a little bit harder and having a better work ethic, or you want to start eating a little bit better and start exercising. Go hang out with people that do that, because it literally rubs off on you so easily. I've
really
seen that
does.
firsthand. I had to change things up a little bit, and it was like life-changing.
It is life-changing. It's crazy. So talking about like aspiring to like other people, who are like your favorite artists, favorite musicians?
It changes on a weekly basis, I feel like. One, I guess the ones lately, Zeph. I don't know if anyone of you have ever heard of her. She's really cool. Her whole thing is like releasing just whatever she makes. She doesn't have to like sit on it and make sure it's a full length with like the verses and the bridges and whatever. Like whatever she has, she just releases it. So she has all these singles, and they all kind of like blend in together. And it's the coolest thing. She does a really good job. Daniel Caesar I've been to a lot lately. Really anything R&B. I've been on a very big R&B bender. Because I feel like that's maybe a route I want to start exploring. Of all time, obviously the boy Mac Miller. I get a lot of inspiration from him, and honestly a lot of pop punk, which doesn't go with my music flow at all. But for some reason I feel like if you took out like the classic like Blink-182 voices and stuff, the lyrics are actually really good. They have good like music theory. So I definitely listen to a lot of them.
They're fun.
They are, kind of gets you in a nice uppity mood. And then at the same time, you could hit the unplugged versions, the acoustic, and get a little like lyrical vibes from it. So yeah, really I'm kind of, again, all over the place. Every artist I just gave you is like a different genre, but
You kind of do have like the pop punk aesthetic. Like, I feel like that would be like what you...
I get that all the time. Or that, or the e-girl.
Yeah.
Everyone's always like, oh, our favorite e-girl. But I don't try. I feel like that's just how I look. I got the big eyes, and everyone's like, "Oh, she's an anime girl."
It's the big eyes, dark hair, and the beanie. That's what does it, bro.
Which in reality,
that's the one.
I'm just trying to train my hair. I'm trying not to wash my hair every day. So I wear a lot of beanies.
You're putting it out there right now.
I am. I'm an open book. It's all right.
All the anime boys are out here right now, bro.
Again, my apps are gonna be like at the bottom.
Yo, and like I'm sure we have a bunch of anime boys that watch our bro. They're gonna be like, yo, who's that?
Oh, that's so
I
funny.
just fit the vibe. I'm sorry.
I love that. If there was like an artist that you could bring back to life, well, I'm assuming probably Mac Miller, but if there was an artist that you could bring back to life,
That's easy.
who would it be?
Oh my goodness.
Other than Mac Miller.
That's what I'm saying.
Other than Mac.
Oh, there's so many options. I have two because they're very different. Weirdly enough, and not even because, again, I get into like the lyrics of things and kind of like the music theory behind it and stuff like that. Lil Peep, I would love to like sit down and talk to. Not even gonna lie.
That's interesting. Good answer.
I really like respect him as a musician, and I think he had some really good stuff going a little before his time. And then honestly, probably John Denver.
John Denver. Wow.
Love it.
Classic shit,
It's
bro.
just like he just knew what he was doing, you know? Like I feel like
Yeah, I love it.
he started with his music and was like, oh yeah, this is exactly like it describes exactly who he is, what he's all about, and just nailed it. So I just would love to meet.
Those are some very interesting choices. You
Again,
got
they're all over the place.
all over the place, but
That
yeah.
is true.
Good one then.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I kind of want to get your guys' feedback on that too. I want to know who you guys would bring back.
There's so many artists that I like that have
Yeah.
passed. Probably Prince, dude. Like one is Prince. Love Prince. Huge Prince fan. And then MF Doom. MF Doom.
Oh, that's
like I
right.
got to, man.
Do you still have the mask?
Chandler still has the
Chandler,
mask.
Okay.
I think he still has it somehow. I don't know.
Chandler.
It's a sick mask.
Wilding out.
Yeah.
Bro.
What about you, Matt?
You know, I did listen a little bit in high school to X.
Not a little. Not
Oh,
a
yeah,
little.
look at me.
Not a little.
X. But
I
here's the
won't lie, that
reason.
song is
Here's the reason
calm.
why I wanted to talk to him is because that dude was broken. I feel like he just needed a hug.
That's facts.
Honestly, the only reason I listened to it is I was like, dude, like I couldn't reach out to him. I was like, this dude just needs to talk to someone or something, or maybe he was lost or whatever. But that's the only person I bring back and be like, hey, this time breathe and just like relax, chill out for a second, bro.
Calm down, bro.
Seriously,
It's not that deep, bro. Calm down.
yeah.
No, those lyrics get sad. They're dark.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would
I
agree
think that's
with
what
that.
grabbed me because I'm attracted to extreme for some reason.
All right.
And so that he grabbed me on the depressing stuff, but he was also kind of he had a little bit of deep lyrics, and that's what piqued my curiosity. But I just it is what it is.
Yeah. When that like Jocelyn album came out, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, now I'm in my feels like everybody else.
Exactly.
We're
Now
all
I'm
just,
crying.
Yeah, we're all just sad
I'm
now.
crying in the club right now. So, but
That's right. I'm like, I would bring back Kurt Cobain because I want to go to like a Nirvana concert,
It's a great one.
Yeah.
some Teen Spirit. That's all I want. I just want to go to like one concert with Kurt Cobain, and then I'm set.
I'm surprised none of us said that, to be honest.
I completely I didn't forget, but it was
That's
my
what I
first
would do.
choice. That's a great choice,
Yeah.
though.
Which
Good
like
choice. All right.
I don't know. Matt kind of like brought this up a little bit, but speaking of like emotions and stuff like that, do you think that's like common in like the music industry where there's like a lot of like artists that are depressed? This is kind of a dark topic.
1,000%. No, it's a real thing. And honestly, like,
sorry.
no, go for it.
Honestly, it's getting to be a requirement.
Kinda like
I'm not trying to like call out anyone, but like if you're not an emotional person, good luck being an artist.
yeah, for sure. And like if you actually want to connect with your audience, you know, obviously there's music out there that's pretty plain and
Just
like
be
whatever.
honest.
And
Absolutely.
yeah.
You have to talk about the hard stuff.
Well, there's like there was a study that I found probably a year or so ago, where basically like majority of musicians had some sort of either like bipolar, depression, anxiety, multiple personality, like some sort of like disorder.
Yeah.
It's super, super common. And I think it's like a way for them to express all the emotions because they're not great at, me being one of them. I'm so horrible at like processing, telling people how I'm feeling. And so, but for some reason, when I write it down on a piece of paper, write it down in my like notes app, it like comes flooding and like pouring out.
And it starts processing.
Yeah, 100%. So like now I can go back and listen to my music and stuff, or I go back and like read it and be like, okay, that's how I'm feeling. Like I recognize like where this is coming from now. And so I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, this musician helped me so much. But like on the flip end of it, it's like that musician was like, that just helped me so much. So it's really crazy, honestly.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I feel like a lot of like artists that I listen to, I don't know. I just always like see them like talking about like how like they're depressed or something like that. Or maybe they're not like actually depressed, but like in that moment they're just like feeling sad. They're like down, and that's what they're like putting out.
100%. Well, and you don't hear a lot of artists be like, they're like, okay, like where'd this kind of song come from, or where'd the inspiration? And they're like, oh, like one night I was out partying and whatever. It's never like that, you know. They're always like, I went through something really hard. I went through a breakup. I lost somebody really dear to me. I was going through a really big change. I felt alone, like something like that. Or on the flip end, I was falling in love. I got married. I had the most incredible experience of my life. Like it's always something that's like super passionate and deep, whether that's like a high or low. So I love that. That's why I get super into lyrics, because that's usually where it's all hidden. It's like little things that you probably wouldn't notice, and you're like, oh, that's where they're coming from.
What's the most meaningful lyric that you've written?
Oh my goodness. What a question. See, this is the type of thing where I'm like, lyrics.
Here, just pull up the track right now, bro.
I don't know. I'd say it would probably have to be from, actually, there's 2 unreleased songs that I have that are probably like afterwards. I remember I like read them to my boyfriend and like read them to some of my family members, and I'm like, listen to how crazy this line goes. Like, this is so nuts. And I would say both of those songs have a lot of really good, deep lyrics that you're like, ooh, that was good.
The Untitled Unmastered. That's the one that's the one that gets you, bro.
So you'll find out eventually when I finally release them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Looking forward to that one.
They're just getting better. They're getting even more like Marvin's Room vibes, I feel like.
Oh,
we're all gonna be in our feels. Episode 40, we're gonna be crying to your album.
I'm just good at writing sad. I've tried to like, people are like, you need to start writing some happy stuff. I'm like, you're right, I should. Like, that's a little concerning. And then when I go to write happy stuff, I'm like, this is the stupidest like thing I've ever read in my life. Like, for some reason, I can't write about the cheesy.
Because you have to actually be happy.
Well, the thing is I am. I just don't like talking about it. I can't.
I feel like if you write happy stuff, it does not hit. Yeah, like it's,
no,
like
it
you said, it's just like
cheesy.
it's very cheesy and dumb,
and very like overplayed, because usually when you're happy, it has something to do with a relationship or something like that, and so it's kind of just like been there, done that. But sad, you can go in lots of different directions with that, and lots of different reasons. So
I feel like it's the same thing with sad too, though. It's just like such a thing that's happening everywhere.
I guess, but maybe it just doesn't get old.
Yeah. No, and it's something that definitely doesn't get old. Like,
people are like, yeah, I need some more sad shit. Keep it going.
Sad shit, bro.
That's true.
That's funny.
What's something that you do to like stop yourself from like falling like into like the sadness, the darkness, like when you're like writing your lyrics? Do you have to like take a break and then you're like, okay, let me go do something that like gives me some serotonin?
Honestly, that's a really good question. I would say when I go do music, that's me finally like allowing emotions to be there. I'm very much like a keep going, you're fine. I'll make time for it. I'll clock it in the schedule at some point to like process this. So when I sit down, when I go, now I have a little music room, which I love. I can just like go in there, vibe out, feel the emotions, let them circle around. And then afterwards, to kind of decompress, I usually will like read a book. I'll kind of like watch a comfort show, kind of do something that's a little more like familiar and cozy. Obviously hanging out with my boyfriend's like the best. That's always the thing that makes me like happy after. But I kind of have to like put myself in a space to be sad, to feel it. Other people just like start crying, and I'm not really like that. Like, I have to almost purposely make myself sad. Or else I just won't be. I don't know. I feel like I'm on autopilot of always just being like, yeah, this is great.
I love that. That's a good energy to have.
I try. I feel like for a long time, it was the exact opposite, where I'd have to try and like be like, yay, this is great. And I kind of felt comfortable being in that like sad space. Now it's a little flipped around. So I feel like I need to find like an even medium between the two.
Yeah. But like at the same time, like, why do you have to be sad? Like, you don't have to, right?
I guess.
No one's telling you that you have to like be sad.
I guess. I hate
that, bro. If you want to be happy all the time, be happy.
It's like what Matt said. Sometimes you have to process things, because if you ignore them, then like later on it becomes like a subconscious
it's just gonna
thing.
I feel like it's just gonna explode.
Yeah,
so like, I mean,
it's good. Implode, either way.
It's good to check yourself every now and then.
Yeah. So sometimes like some people can just feel that easier, and I don't. So I kind of have to like, sit in the room, put on some sad music for a sec, and be like, okay, I'm ready. Like,
I feel like I'm the same way too. I'm always just like, you know, like let's have a good time. Like I always forget like I'm supposed to be feeling other emotions.
It happens.
You know?
I mean,
It really does.
it's a part of life.
I'm living in that moment.
Yeah. What prompted that kind of like shift from like where you were like kind of sad to like now you're like happy a lot of the time?
I think multiple things, like life changes for sure. Like I was kind of talking about before, surrounding yourself with different people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, if you find yourself in cycles, it's mostly because you are like putting yourself around people that are also in the same like motion. So I definitely kind of changed surroundings. Therapy is the best. Shout out therapy.
Need to be in there.
Honestly, everybody should be going to therapy.
They should. It is the best. It's kind of nice having someone that's like not related to you. They really don't care about you, to be honest. Like, and so you can come in and they can be like, okay, stop. Like, you're wrong. You're doing this wrong. You need to start changing things. Like, sometimes you need that kind of slap in the face. And it helps. It really does. It's like a reality check. I'm in like a victim mindset kind of. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. What the hell? Like, why can't I start looking at things in a more positive like outlook and start, I don't know, enjoying life a little bit more?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it.
It is. Yeah, that's beautiful.
What's your therapist name?
Literally, she's the best. I actually just graduated. My last session was last week.
Oh,
I know. We followed each other on Instagram and everything. It's real.
Oh,
I think it started with her not caring about me, and then afterwards it was like, oh, we actually love each other.
I love it.
I love that. Yeah, that's really great. So you brought up reading books and watching comfort shows. I'm curious, what's your favorite book, or what kind of books do you like to read?
Ooh, that's a good question. I was really into poetry for a long time, which I saw Milk and Honey over there.
Yeah.
Gotta love Rupi Kaur.
is it that one, Diego? Which
This is Milk and Honey.
No, Diego. Which was the one where you're like, oh,
This is the one where I'm
That's
like,
the
this
one.
is not for me.
Yeah, Diego was like,
this is for like women and like their empowerment. I'm like, this does not resonate with me in this one.
Yeah.
Diego's like, bro, I got some poetry stuff.
It
It
is
looks
literally
sick. And then he's like,
Kaur.
and then he was like, this is not for me, bro.
Yeah. I was like, I know nothing about the pains of child labor.
No, she is so just for the ladies. I don't know how you got your hands on that. Get it out. Rupi Kaur is really great. But honestly, like my favorite thing ever has been like going, I couldn't even tell you the names of them. They don't have names, but like I went to a bookstore in Bountiful, grabbed some random poetry, like used books in there. Literally it's like coverless. There's nothing on there, but there's just some fire poems in there. So
I love that.
love those. Go back to them a lot. Also, I've definitely been diving into the teen romance novels lately.
Lord. Oh no.
Some Twilight.
God.
Not Twilight, maybe not that far, but like
But you have read them, right?
I think I read
Yeah,
the
you
first
definitely
one.
read it.
I might not have read all of them, but I know I was at the midnight premiere of like the last movie, so that's what matters.
Bro.
I'm trying to remember the art or the not artist. We were on that wavelength for so long.
The author.
The author. But I think my favorite book I ever read was November 9, and it's by that girl. I can't remember her name.
November 9 it's called?
November 9. It was really good, honestly. It was one of those books where I was like, how is this not a movie? I feel like they make every book into a movie, but that one they skipped out on, I guess.
Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who it was.
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
I have Google on my phone.
He reads them on the side. Guilty pleasure.
God.
Yeah, exactly. Guilty pleasure. That's
I mean,
what
he
it
likes
is.
Rupi Kaur, so you know.
Yeah. Caught red-handed.
Man,
Imagine
dude.
what else you read.
That's awesome.
He's got all these books.
I know. I was looking
I
around.
have
I'm
a
like, you
lot.
got books everywhere.
I have
Bro.
so many more books in the other room.
I've also read that one.
The 4 Agreements. Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot of books.
One that I also just read recently was The Body Keeps the Score. Going back into like, that was like therapy stuff kind of, but
This
it
is
was
another
really
one, too.
interesting. Therapy books are the best. Anything that helps you become a better person,
I know.
that's the way to go.
I agree.
That was a good book. It was really long, but it was worth it.
I'll have to read that then. Do you have like a favorite like poem or anything like that since you were into poetry for a while?
Oh, I'm sure I do. It's not probably on the top of my head. Honestly, I think it's from not that one, but Rupi Kaur also did one. It's like The Sun and Her Flowers or something.
Okay, I don't have that one.
She's got some good ones in there. Those are deep.
The Sun and Her Flowers.
I think so. I could be wrong. Don't at me. But it's something like that. It has a bright, cute yellow cover, so with flowers on it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now I want to know about your comfort movies, your comfort shows.
Ooh, this is really
What's your
just
go-to?
outing myself because they're probably embarrassing. Comfort show is definitely How I Met Your Mother. I've watched it probably 9 times.
That's crazy.
Who's your favorite character?
Well, honestly, the weird thing was my favorite character was always Lily, and now that's apparently my celebrity doppelganger. I get it all the time.
Wow.
Everyone thinks I look like
yeah.
her, and it's always that. They're like, I never thought about it, but now I can't unsee it.
What's
Yeah.
what's
I do
the
see
name?
that a little bit because like your personalities are like similar.
That's what everyone says. Is they're like, it's not even just the looks. It's like the way you guys talk. It's the like the mannerisms,
The energy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe I just liked a version of myself. I guess.
Yeah.
She was just
Conceited
the
much,
most
or what? I'm just
she was the most unproblematic. Everyone else had mad drama, so she was always just kind of chill.
True. Yeah. See, I'm team Ted Mosby.
Always.
I'm just kidding.
Ted's a good guy, you know.
What other shows do you like?
Well, I was trying to think of movies because I feel like maybe that's a little embarrassing.
Let's hear it.
It's because of the music. It's also because of the movie because it's cute. Okay, How to Train Your Dragon is slept on.
It is so slept on.
That's a great movie.
It is literally, I love it. And honestly, it's one of those where I'm not even mad about the sequels, to be honest.
I was gonna say, what's your opinion on 3?
3 is the one with like the white dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with his mom too, right?
Yes.
No, the second one's with the mom.
JK.
Well, she's in the third one too.
I just I've seen them all and I was like, I loved them, but I've heard so many people say actually diehard fans, they did not like number 3.
You know, I'd say, was it the best? No. Did it?
Do its job?
Yeah, like it did its job.
what
It's
I
not
say.
like it ruined it for
That's
me
what I
where I
say.
was like,
Absolutely.
oh man, that one sucked,
I
you
agree.
know? But
I agree. Yeah.
it was
No,
good.
I love How to Train Your Dragon.
It's so
that's
good.
fire.
It's beautifully put together.
It's gonna be the next poster.
Love
How to
it.
put.
Love it.
It's the best. Oh my goodness, you have a Your Name poster.
I do.
That's also one of my comfort movies. I have a tattoo from that movie.
I love that.
Wow.
I like a lot of anime. Did you go watch Suzume?
I need to.
Life changing.
Really?
Really, honestly, like I have a tattoo from that movie, and honestly, that one may have been better.
Wow.
It's really good. I went and saw it in
Okay.
theaters.
I might have to change that. I might have to go watch that.
Big anime girly, you know the vibes. I think that was like one of the first things I said to you on the job.
I think you did too.
He's like, so what kind of movies do you know? I'm like, I watch anime.
And I said, all right, I'm just
Yeah, you did. I'm pretty
So I'm
sure you
out.
did that exactly.
I tried to get Isaac on it. He
Yeah, I
wouldn't
was
do it.
like, I gotta help this customer. Like, I can't.
He's like, I'm out of here. Not another one.
He said, that movie's out of place. I'll be back.
Oh, good.
And it's great.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, I'm
I like
sure
that
it
it's
is.
getting a lot
Adult
more popular.
cartoons.
I used to get made fun of so hard in like junior high and high
believe
school,
it.
and then now all of a sudden it's like sold at Zoomies, and
Yeah,
I'm
now
like,
it's so
okay.
cool. Yeah.
I actually never even started until after high school.
See, and I grew up on like Spirited Away. Have you guys?
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Love
I
Spirited
watched
Away.
Spirited Away when I was little. I watched all of the
Well, I thought that was a
Ghibli
cartoon.
movies.
My mom made me watch that because she thought it was a kid's cartoon.
Did it scare you so bad?
Oh, it's
It's literally scarred me for life.
No, literally.
What's up with that freaking demon, man?
It's so
I-
scary. Even the fact that her
thing-
parents were like just these big pigs. I was
Pigs?
like, what if my parents turned into pigs?
Yeah. I'm worried for everyone who had a mother that let them watch some anime shows that are not
Literally.
cartoons.
Dude, yeah.
They're not. for
Causes
the kids.
trauma.
Oh my gosh.
I watched that for the first time when we were in. I think it was in like the film class in high school. Did you ever take that or whatever?
Yes. With don't know her name.
I
but
forgot
yeah.
her name, but
That
yeah,
was a
she had
film class?
yeah, she had like a film
history.
Film history.
That's cool.
And the first
And-
lesson was Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, I love that
Where was
that
I?
class.
That class was. No, I agree.
I
It was
love
dope.
that class, and I think we watched it in there for the first. And I watched it for the first time, and then I was like, "What?" I was
You guys
scarred.
watched Spirited Away in that
Yeah,
class?
well, I think
That's cool.
Either way,
That's
e-
tough.
even either it was there or it was like sometime in high school for the first time, and I was like still like scared. Like I was looking, I was like,
it's
"This is
got
f-
a vibe
bro."
to it.
It
But it was good.
does.
It was really good.
It was good. I love it now.
It is a good one.
And I think that's the only what's his name?
Ghibli.
Ghibli I've seen.
Studio
I haven't
Ghibli.
seen any other Ghiblis.
Oh, it
I'm
was-
sleeping on
they're
every
all
single
You
amazing.
are.
I know.
They're so pretty. I love. like,
Dude,
the
I know they're
animation.
all gonna be great. I've just been sleeping on them.
Put one on my shelf at Graywhale. Pick it up next time. Take it home. Rent
one?
it. Princess Mononoke.
Did I tell you to go watch Violet Evergarden?
You told me.
Okay, you got to go watch Violet Evergarden.
Evergarden.
Thank me later.
Okay, if I forget,
No, like
send me
write
a
it down.
reminder.
Okay, I'll do
Yeah.
that. Whatever. No, yeah, it's like honestly, Isaac, you'd like it.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, Violet Evergarden.
Have you seen Weathering with You?
Oh,
That's a good
yeah.
one,
Okay, I love that one.
So basically, that guy I'm just obsessed with. Every movie he makes is just incredible.
They're gorgeous movies.
They are. They have the best artwork
Yeah.
in the whole world. I
Yeah.
love him. He needs to start getting a lot more stuff out, though, because I hate having to wait.
He's only like making one more movie though, right? Or am I wrong? Is that Ghibli? It's only making one more movie.
I think Ghibli's
Well,
making last.
okay.
That's the one.
Yeah, and Ghibli has new like producers now. It's like a whole new
Okay.
team, and yeah, they probably
They're
are
gonna
gonna
rebrand,
make.
probably.
Yeah.
Because I think I always forget his name because it's like really hard to pronounce. Because he only has like 4 movies.
Yeah, it's like Your Name, A Silent Voice.
Yeah, that one.
Weathering with You. I can't remember the other one though.
Suzume, the new one.
Yes, exactly. Do you watch any like anime like TV shows?
Yeah. Here's like, I had to like make sure that people knew I was like for real. Like I was serious. I watched all of Naruto. I'm not even kidding.
Serious.
And Boruto.
Oh,
I sat
She is
down and I
serious.
did the work.
I'm here.
I
but
did
now I'm
the
here.
So I watched all of that. Fruits Basket is one I really enjoy. It's just cute. It's like a little
Yep.
comfort
Yeah.
show.
Yep.
I mean, real anime fans are caught up on One Piece.
I can't get into it. Oh my goodness. I tried because my brother's like, once you get into it, it's really good. It's like Naruto. First season's like pretty cringe. It's bad. And then after it gets good. And I'm like, I just can't. I can't hang.
Yeah, my brother, he spent 2 years catching up on it.
They have
It's
so many
insane.
episodes.
Yeah.
It's
That's
ridiculous.
enough for me.
That was
Like I'll hear about it. I'll go
Yeah,
watch some
bro.
like short clips on YouTube or something. Feel caught up.
Didn't you say your brother was watching it? Mm-hmm. How far is he? Is he still watching it?
I don't think he's caught up anymore. He caught up like all like during the pandemic up until like 2022. I think he finally like caught up in 22. Like yeah, it just hasn't
That's
like maintained that.
Couldn't be me.
No, could not be me.
Jeez,
That
bro.
is so much of like just one show. Like when does it end?
I'm like, I feel like you have to like run out of ideas at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah, or
Like-
there's just got to be like infinite like fluff and filler.
I was about to say
Yeah.
they probably have it. I did technically do the Reddit post with all the filler Naruto
Okay,
episodes
yeah.
to skip. I did do that.
That's okay.
I watched a
That's
couple and then I was like, these literally are like the definition of just fluff. There was no storyline. There was literally no point. Sometimes it was like years in the past that just
Yeah.
when he was a kid just for fun. So I was like, I don't need to watch this. So hopefully they have a guide. If they did, maybe I'd consider it. But I feel like it'd be half the series. So
Yeah, that's what I imagine it would be. I imagine it'd be like half of it.
also, you watched Demon Slayer.
I have not
One of
watched
the
Demon Slayer.
What?
That's one of the
Greatest-
things I have up here
one
that I
of
haven't
the
seen.
greatest
It's
of
really
all time.
I know.
incredible.
It's on my list.
phenomenal.
The movie.
It looks so good.
Oh no!
The
yeah,
movie.
I can't right now. No.
It's good.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
Yeah, there's 2 I think up here that I have not
PTSD.
seen. It's Demon Slayer and then Attack on Titan.
Oh
See,
I haven't seen
my
this one.
boyfriend is obsessed with
Attack on
that
Titan?
show.
Attack on
Uh-huh.
Titan?
I
Oh,
wanna
it's
watch it so
He
bad.
has the T-shirt of like I think his name's like Aaron Yeager,
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeager.
He has tried to get me to watch it so many times, and like that first episode is too sad for me. It's too deep.
It,
I love those
Yeah,
kinds
it
of-
does.
yeah.
It's real
It
sad.
absolutely starts off on a note. It's like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah, it's like, and so I had to
My
just
boy
go
Levi.
watch Fruits Basket instead. I'm like, I need some talking animals.
Yeah, turn on SpongeBob.
Yeah, for real. So that one's a little much. Get prepared, I guess. But apparently it is really good. So
That's like Dragon Ball for me. I like Dragon Ball as like the background noise. Like this is like a good comfort
Dragon Ball's
thing.
good.
Like
yeah.
I don't know. I just like the fact that it's like a bunch of like strong, like buff, shirtless dudes screaming and like fighting each other.
I had the action figures when I was a kid. It was serious.
It was serious. It just pumps me up. Yeah. Is there like a, I don't know, like a specific like movie genre outside of anime that you like to watch?
Honestly, okay. So I don't know if I told you this. I can't remember. But I grew up like pretty religious. We were not allowed to watch a lot of things at all, to be honest. Like we were allowed to watch like PG.
Yeah. Which is common in Utah.
Yeah, that was like it. But even when I was like in high school, it was like PG basically, unless it was like clear played, you know, the vibes. And so I had to do a lot of catch up after I was like out of the house and everything. So lately I've been watching a ton of comedy because it's like classics that I've like never seen, like The Anchorman and like things like that.
Yeah.
So like I've been really into that lately. It's
dude, it's
super silly, goofy
Burgundy.
So
moods.
good.
Some Talladega Nights.
Yeah, like all the classics I've been able to kind of watch. I have a whole movie list going on, but those have been hilarious. I did tell you I watched
You said Anchorman. That was the last
oh,
time.
No,
there's
it's-
another
it's-
one.
it's a
It
good
was
one.
the Benchwarmers.
Oh yeah.
That
I
movie's
watched that
so
for the
silly,
first
bro.
time. Dodgeball, which I never knew
Dodgeball's
existed.
amazing.
So that's been kind of funny to like go through all of them for the first time.
Yeah.
When I'm actually like old and can understand it all too, because I feel like
Yeah,
all the people like watched them when they were younger, and so it's just like, that's been really fun. I can get into horror. I like horror movies, depending on how gory they are. There's one that I saw a trailer for the other day, and it gave me nightmares just from the trailer.
Was it Evil Dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Rise.
I was like, I'm not seeing that. There's no way.
Dead Rise.
Yeah.
That looks so
Watching
scary.
the playoffs right now, it is every no listen, it is every other commercial.
Really?
They're really pushing
There's 3
for that.
commercials right now. I'm sorry, side that one, Verizon, this Verizon commercial, and then there's one more that keeps playing over and over and over.
Oh, my man,
and it's
out
ridiculous.
here
But yeah,
with the
I agree.
commercials.
I saw. Well, so it's
scary.
interesting. They have like 4 different commercials for that.
Yeah.
And each of them have like a different. And I'm looking at it like, I'm sorry, horror fans. Why do you watch? Like, what is the point?
That one's a little, that's like horror.
What's the point of that? Like, what is that? Why?
That shakes you to your core a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'm really gory. That's
People just want to feel alive by watching
Yeah.
death.
Looking for
I guess I'm
thrill.
more into thrillers then, I guess.
Than horror.
Yeah, because
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
not
I'd be
super good
on
with
the
like
same.
lots of blood. I haven't been able to watch the Saw series.
Oh,
It's so
'Cause
excessive.
that's-
You've seen
It's
those?
excessive.
They're pretty.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
I
they're
can't-
just too much.
Makes
they're,
me feel
they're
icky.
fine. They're fine. Like
I felt like the
Have you
first
seen
one was okay. Yeah, and then like everything from there just progressively got like worse.
That's
and
what
worse
I've
and
heard.
worse.
I
And
think
was
the
like,
best part of those movies is like the mystery behind all of it. Like the
I guess,
storyline
yeah.
is like probably the best part of it, but like all the gore and stuff, you're just like,
It makes my stomach turn. Even the new Scream, honestly, like just
For
a
real?
little bit. Just a little bit.
That's
I walked
crazy.
out of the theater with my tummy feeling a little queasy.
Damn.
Just a smidge.
they did up the gore and Scream,
They
which
totally
is nice.
did.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like that. I just
Yeah.
didn't think it was that bad, compared.
I
The
don't
new
know
one comes out
what's-
soon too, right?
It already came out.
Yeah, it already did. That's the one we're
Scream 2 already
talking
came out?
about.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Scream
The
6
heck?
already came
Yeah,
out.
Scream 6.
Yeah, well,
Scream 1,000,
like
you know?
the reboot.
for
Yeah.
that's the one we're watching right now, bro.
That's like something I really like right now too, is that they're like putting out like a bunch of movies that aren't just like superhero movies.
Oh my goodness.
It's like-
Or
Finally.
or
Holy
remakes
crap.
of things that have already been done like a
Thank
1,000
you.
times minus Scream.
Somebody get
Yeah.
creative, or I'm gonna like drop everything I'm doing just to do it because it's getting tiring. No,
Oh, it
really
is.
though, it's like who wants to do something?
I guess these video game movies are like a lot of fun just because they're like in a fantasy
100%.
world. Like it just takes you out of reality. And that's like kind of what I want right now is I'm like, I just want to have fun. Like
I
put
feel
me
that.
in this like universe. I don't care like how silly it is. Like I don't care if it's like Mario Brothers or whatever. Like put us in there.
Yeah, I'm way pumped for that Minecraft movie.
There's a Minecraft
I'm just
movie?
kidding.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, I was like, this is news to me.
Yo,
I'm about to
Hey.
watch the trailer after the
yo,
they
that
make a live
Minecraft.
action one. It's so wild.
It's just people going
Yeah, you're like what?
picking the ground. That's the movie right there. Yeah, that's
Oh
it.
my.
Honestly, the sad thing is I'd probably go see it.
That sounds like it'd be a fun movie, honestly.
Be relaxing, you know?
It would
Just
be.
kind of vibe out with the soundtrack
Yeah, I
for a
was
little
gonna say,
bit.
you know,
Oh,
yeah,
that sound
Minecraft soundtrack.
Has anybody played
Killer.
Minecraft but just turned it on and listened? No?
Sadly,
Is that me?
yeah.
Okay.
I haven't turned it on, but I've definitely just thrown on the
The
soundtrack, like on
yeah.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
You already
It's
up
like
to shuffle.
peace. It's peace.
Oh, yeah, it's
That's the next time we work, dude. I'm
put
literally
Minecraft.
that last hour. I'm just gonna play
People
Minecraft
going to the
music.
counter. What's playing right now? This is good.
Minecraft, bro.
You
bangers.
want to believe
Straight
it? We told
heat.
you.
Yeah.
Next time.
I love that. Abby, if your life was a movie, what would it be about?
It's deep.
Cap.
Kind of blasted me for a
I
second.
know.
What would it be about? I get to choose, or like I have to be realistic about like what my life actually looks like.
Why not both?
Exactly.
Okay, if it's realistic, it's a girl who is constantly trying to find time to take a nap.
I've definitely
But
seen
can
that.
I love
never,
that.
but
I've
can
definitely
never
seen that movie.
find time. If it was really cool, I'd probably be a photographer for National Geographic.
Okay.
I would go out with like Zac Efron on his excursions, you know, and his
Explore with
down to
Zac
earth.
Efron.
Maybe some Bear Grylls alongside us, jumping off cliffs, fishing, hiking, doing all the cool stuff, and just being in nature every day.
Wow.
That's
love
what it
that.
would be about. Mic drop.
I love
Love
it. Yeah,
When do we get to watch it?
I know.
Bro.
Releasing 2025.
Yeah.
I wish. I like every time I watch Down to Earth, I'm like, why can't I do that for a living? Why can't that be my life?
Yeah.
I want to go swim with sharks and help
Yeah.
the planet.
I mean, it could be your life.
I try hard.
Yeah.
Literally the other day, I look up on Indeed. I'm like green jobs in Ogden, Utah, and then it
Greenhouse.
was like you can drive the trash truck, and I'm like, all right.
That's funny. I mean, just like, I don't know, like piggyback off of what you're doing with like your music career. If you get like a big enough following, you can do anything you want.
That's true. That's almost scary though, to an extent. I've thought about that.
Kind of. It is a little bit of pressure.
Like seeing the little like even TikTok stars that like started as like nobodies and now they're at like the Emmys and whatever, and they hang out with the Kardashians, and I'm like, the fact that can happen in like a couple months is almost like terrifying.
It's bizarre.
Without even you trying. Like you don't even really have a choice. You're just viral, and then all of a sudden you're a part of a management team, and then that's your life.
I know. It's so
in like
crazy.
the blink of an eye. It's crazy. It's kind of scary. I hope that doesn't happen to me.
It is a little scary. The way I view it is like, now you can do anything you want. Now you like have like real freedom where like you don't have to like work a job if you don't want to work a job.
That's
you can
true.
work any job you want. You can do anything you want. That's
a
like
good
the way I
thought.
view it.
That's a nice thought.
You can take a nap.
I can
You can
finally
take a
take a nap.
You can take the
Nap time, finally, bro.
No, that would be nice. That's the dream at the end of the day, is like
Nap time.
nap time, yeah.
Best
To
time
like
of the day.
have a job that you know wouldn't pay much, but like you want to do it, but you're fine with like financially, you know, so like you
Yeah.
can just go do it for fun. I would love that. I would
That
love
would
to
be
just
great.
go around and pick up trash on a beach somewhere like that. That sounds great, but I just
Feet in the
don't.
sand. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's-
I just
that's
don't.
nice.
You know, I can't afford rent with that. So.
Right. No, no, exactly.
I feel like, yeah, if I
For
was
now.
rich, I would. If I was rich right now, I'd still work at Graywhale, just like chilling, bro.
Honestly,
that's like
Yeah.
the perfect job.
I tell
Feel
you
me?
all the time, I'll work there without getting paid. I would still come in after I already worked an 8-hour shift at my other job just to hang out. It's the best.
Good vibes.
It is fun.
And the
I
fact
like
that you
Graywhale.
live right next to it now, she lives so close.
I'm
She can literally
neighbors.
walk there, bro.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
That's
the weather to warm
awesome.
up a little bit, and I'm gonna walk.
Before we wrap up, so I know you're like trying to be like, I don't know if you're trying, but I know you are like outdoorsy, or
Oh,
like I see like
yeah.
a lot of like your Instagram, you're like usually like outside like in a mountain doing a hike or something like that, or like with a dog or something.
My dog.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah, tell us about that.
And tell him you're gonna do that marathon.
Oh yeah, I'm doing my first 5K.
Really?
Oh my bad, not 5K marathon.
What?
I thought it was a marathon. My bad.
Oh,
I
heck
forgot.
no.
Okay, 5K.
But-
That's what it was.
Go.
That's exciting.
Hold up. I've had 3 knee surgeries, so it's exciting.
Ooh, that is a
5K
marathon.
Yeah, like 5Ks are not that big of a deal, but like for me, I've never been able to run really, so this is like exciting.
Oh, that's
That
awesome.
is so cool.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank
Seriously.
you.
You're gonna
It's
kill
next
it.
week. I'm scared.
Next, have you been training at all?
No.
You're just like, all right, let's go out.
Yeah, I get a free T-shirt and
Yeah.
breakfast, so like, you know, we're gonna just
You
vibe.
can do it without trading.
Where is it?
The Nature Center in Ogden.
Okay, so everyone that's listening, let's go ahead and I'm just
Bring a
kidding.
sign that
Ogden
says "Go
Nature
Abbee, go."
We're here for the e-girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there like a favorite like hike or anything like that you like here in Utah? Anything that you want to like promote? Plug.
Well, yeah, no. My favorite one, I'm probably not gonna say
Oh
because
yeah,
it's secret.
definitely not.
I respect that.
But I would say the Indian Trail in Ogden Canyon is super awesome. I like that one a lot. Just because I feel like all the trails in Utah are like along the Bonneville shoreline kind of.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like you're in nature. That one is like you're covered in trees and
Love
there's
that.
cool little like things that you can walk off to that are all like abandoned that you can look at. So that one's really cool. Anything in southern Utah is amazing. You know,
Utah's
Adams
beautiful.
Canyon.
Hey,
That's what I had in the back of my head the entire
Adams
time. I'm
Canyon
like,
Adams
low-key goes
Canyon.
hard, bro.
It's goated.
Hey, don't even. It goes crazy sometimes.
I love Adams Canyon so much.
Yeah, I can't even count how many times I've probably hiked that.
Mm-hmm.
At least 40.
Yeah.
Probably more.
What's like one benefit that you find of like being outside in nature?
Oh, so much. What do you mean? That's like,
What do you mean, Diego?
Like what benefit is there not?
like that's where we're literally supposed to be. It's like embedded in us. That's where we find peace. That's why like we're really calm when we're out there. I think it's really great for your oxygen levels. Great for your brain to work a little bit better because the air's not all stuffy. It's nice and not. I mean,
Yeah.
when the inversion's here, maybe not. But I don't know. I feel like it just keeps you grounded
I agree.
a lot. Like that. I feel like at the end of the day, that's what keeps me like kind of just grounded and feeling at peace and like okay, I'm just this little ant on this planet in a big floating space of randomness. Like it's not that deep. Like that.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
But yeah.
Until
That's
it is,
good
though.
for you. It kind of makes things feel simple.
It does.
Love that.
I think that's a good way to end things. That was
Abby.
beautiful.
Thanks. I feel like so. I don't know, like mature and like philosophical, but
True. Well, thank you so much for like joining us for this
Thank
episode.
you.
It's been a lot of fun hearing about you, your music, everything you've been up to since like graduating high school it's crazy that it's been so long, but it's so cool to see like how much you've grown as a person since the last time I saw you, which I think was junior high.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Which I don't even want to think about how long that's been. That's so crazy.
We're not going to count the years.
Yeah. But it's just so cool, like seeing like how much you've like grown as a person. Like I'm excited for you and your career with like music because I know it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be great.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I'm just like really excited. I'm grateful that you could come here and hopefully we can have you back on sometime soon.
Me too. Thank you.
Do you guys have anything you want to say?
I'll see you at work.
See you at work. I'll see you at work, Matt. You're welcome for saving your dog once upon a time.
Yeah.
I want to hear that actually. I want to hear that.
I'm trying to remember my perspective. This wasn't a very cloudy time.
Were you sophomore?
Champ. Tell me the grade. What grade?
I thought it was either close to being graduated.
It was after.
No, it was after.
We were graduated.
We were graduated because I was at my mom's rental house while she was building a house.
Yes.
So I was 18 or 19.
Yes. I was about to leave to Texas.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Really?
Champ booked it out. Champ's my chocolate lab. Not mine really anymore, but he's a chocolate lab and just love of my life. And I remember I came home and he's only booked it a couple times. And I remember, so when you lose your dog, I don't know if this is everywhere, but here, when you lose your dog and you go to the pound, the fee is something. You lose him again, the fee is like something a lot more.
I've never heard that.
I lost him a third time and they like wanted like $200 or something. So every time he got lost, they charged us more, which was ridiculous.
Wow.
So this is like the fourth or fifth time that he's, ran away. And I remember I was actually actively like driving around. I didn't sleep that night before. I don't sleep. I just drive. I think I
didn't even know how long he was missing for. I've never known this.
He left like the evening before. And
I thought it would have been a couple hours.
I probably, and this is why I know the streets in like Clearfield, Layton, and Syracuse, and like everywhere around here so well. It's because I just turned on sad music and drove around. It was a hard time. It was bad because I was nothing without him at the time. So, and then DM Instagram?
Yeah, basically. So then
Instagram?
Yeah, I found this dog, which is a thing that I do. I don't know why animals are drawn to me. Lost dogs or cats always find their way to me.
Good energy.
And so obviously I was like, I'm not just gonna let it wander. So I had a gated backyard. I let it back there. It played with my dog and it was fine. So I was like, I don't know where to begin with this. So I had a weird feeling. I was like, I'm gonna just post this on Instagram. I called the pound too, seeing if anyone came. No one did. And so, or at least they said no one did. Posted it on Instagram. Someone saw it.
No, and it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't
you. Someone
else. And they said, yo, I think that's Matt Rowe's dog. And I said, no way.
I don't know who would know you that.
I don't know.
I wish I remember, but shout out to you and whoever that was, because I got a DM that was like, is this your dog or something like that?
They were so confident
I was driving. I made sure that nobody was there. I completely turned, like I pulled over so fast. And I looked at the video and I remember I was tearing up. I was like, oh my gosh, he's safe. I wasn't even worried about getting there because I knew he was safe. I was like, I'm done.
And that's always the whole point of putting him in a yard, because if they're wandering the streets, it's anything could happen. So
the first thought I have is Gordon Avenue, Antelope Avenue. If you lose your dog, you're thinking of the busy streets around you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's where I went to first. And you're looking for a figure on the side of the road. Yeah. It's just...
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yikes. But you know what? That honestly changed. It could have changed my life. And you made sure that it was safe. So
that's so cute. I literally, from my
thank you.
point of view, this whole time, I always thought he'd been missing for maybe an hour and a half.
It was probably 13 hours.
That's so crazy.
That dude, he just is out there smiling. He's probably smiling and happy.
Well, that's the pictures that I posted. I remember I posted a picture and a video, and he's just running around my backyard.
I'm on vacation.
I gave him some
dude's
food
a menace,
and water.
dude.
An absolute menace. Absolutely. Did he get along with your dog? He didn't bite or anything?
No, not at all. Good. It was and we were playing fetch out there, and he got a lot of tummy rubs and stuff. I remember I was loving on that dog because I was like, if I don't find the owner,
I love it. And you lived at the time, I'd say if I threw a tennis ball, I could probably hit your house from where I lived. Did you know that?
No.
You go up where you're living. If you go towards the base or whatever that is, there's a school.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a it comes around and there's an island. I lived on that corner.
No way. Yeah. So he didn't even
when
get
I came to pick you up, I was like, this is like next door because you sent me your address, and I was like, I'm looking at a map like,
because I don't
what?
was I there when you picked him up? I don't think I
don't think you
was.
were.
And so I was just like, he's in the backyard. You can grab him. Like,
Yes, that's what it was. I just grabbed him. I was like, dude, get over
I was like,
here.
I had to go, but like your dog's back there.
It was awesome. I loved it.
That's
thank you.
crazy because
Thank
I was
you.
only in that house for like maybe 4 months.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Well, you saved my life, so.
I love that.
So
Abby, you're a
wholesome.
hero.
For real.
No, really,
I need
bro.
an award.
I
I wonder how many other people feel this way when I give them their pets back.
Oh, I hope. It made me
love
feel
that.
so good.
That was a great story. That was very wholesome. Thank you again so much for coming on the podcast. I appreciate it. Where can everybody find you?
Ooh,
If you want people to find you.
Yeah.
I guess that's the question.
Sane, cool fans, not crazy ones with crazy requests.
We
Yeah,
got
chill out. Chill out.
Abbee on Spotify, Abbee.Music, any streaming service. Abbee, because I'm artistic. Abbee.Music. Yeah, my other stuff I think is private, so like I got a secret life, you know. But
Yeah,
those are the ones I'm open on. I have a photography channel as well. I think it's linked to it. So
We'll have our socials down below. Make sure to check it out in the bio. Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. It's been a huge pleasure having you here. Glad we could talk about everything.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been great. All right. Well, my name's Diego.
And my name's Matt.
Oh, my name's Abbee.
Isaac.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.